Catch 'em in the pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em on the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
I'm Zeke Thurston, 2016 World Champion Saddlebrock Rider, and you're watching the Pepperidge Stewart Show.
That happened at the NFR. He said 2016. That happened in 2016.
Yes.
There's been a lot of NFR since then. Right?
You know when 2016 was, right?
That was a few years ago.
Just a couple.
Just a couple. So that was the last time we went to the NFR.
What?
These guys went last month.
Yeah.
So what happened there?
It was good. It was fun. It was different.
Yeah?
I mean, I've been to Vegas
My
before.
first time in Vegas, it was amazing.
Yeah?
Like, it was, loved every minute of it except the driving.
Yeah?
If they didn't have Uber, I'd be sitting in jail in Las Vegas. If they didn't have Uber.
To drive you around?
Huh?
To drive you around?
Uber? Yeah.
No,
I
Uber's the only way to go in Vegas.
I'd have ran
Yeah.
people over.
It
Like,
really
I would have
is.
started, like, playing bumper cars.
So what happened in the arena? How was that? Because the media stuff has changed since what he said 2016. So 2016 when old Tex and Bonnie went up there, and we'll get into that later. But
Was that 2016? Really?
2016, yeah,
The,
how long it's
out.
the media to where you said it was in 2016
Yeah.
to the media to where we went, like, a few weeks ago,
yeah,
completely different ball game.
Yeah.
So we get in line, we have the camera set up, we have everything ready to go,
yeah,
and literally we are the last people. Like, so I think it was who won the bareback riding in round 9. I can't even remember now. It was a cluster. So whoever won the bareback riding in round 9, when we're setting, by the time we got to interview him, like, literally, we already had the bulldogger and the team rippers waiting to be interviewed too. It was just
There were so
chaotic cluster. 40 people waiting to interview one guy.
yeah,
They're all asking him the same question over and over. So by the time she gets up there, I tell her, hey, don't ask him anything about that ride.
yeah,
Go completely opposite of the ride. Ask him anything else besides the ride, because he's answered that question 50 times.
yeah,
Kind of like we talked about. You know, opposite of the ride. You know, but I told her, so you got to go quick. Like, look, right here. Look behind us.
yeah.
Like,
They're
already
lined up. They're waiting.
already waiting to interview, you know, the bulldogger and the two. Then it was because it was Jimmy Bueller and Rhett Richardson that won the team roping that night. They were already waiting to be interviewed too. It was crazy.
Yeah, and then the last night we couldn't interview at all
Yeah.
because they only let Wrangler.
Cinch, Cowboy Channel.
I think that was it.
Yeah, pretty sure that may have been it. That let
That
'em-
was the only three they were letting even do like interviews with.
That's
They were
par.
trying to get them,
That's par for the course for Cowboy Channel.
rolling them out.
They do that.
But it was a good time.
No, I ain't saying nothing. Stay quiet. Sorry, Patrick.
That happens. That happens.
Like it
Oh,
was,
so what do we got? What do we got today? We got
oh God.
a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a lot of random crap as we always do.
That's for sure.
We got the Yellowstone effect, which has happened. We talked about that before.
What? The Yellowstone.
The Yellowstone
effect.
effect in the horse market.
Okay, well, tell me about the Yellowstone. I got to hear this one.
We'll tell you about
I've been
that.
out of town for a while.
All right, we'll tell you about that one. Also, we're going to tell you about the NFR Karens, which that happened. The Stock Show Riddle's coming up. We got the good odd news for you. We got the flatbread. We got the horse in the lake. We got the old chicken. So you can't not have
chicken.
the old chicken. And then Zeke Thurston, who kicked us off, we're going to visit with him up there in Vegas with what was going on with him when they mic'd him up. So we'll talk about that. Okay, so the Yellowstone effect
Okay.
is what's happening right now in the horse market. And what has happened is Yellowstone has blown up and it's the biggest drama TV show on cable. Everybody's watching it. So now everybody's watching it.
Except me.
Everybody wants to be a cowboy now. They want to have a horse. They
Not
want
me.
to ride. They want to do stuff. So the horse market has went nuts because everybody and their grandma now has to have a horse so they can go play Rip or Jimmy or a barrel racer and, go ride.
I got a good one for that.
And that's what they're doing. So the market's up. So right now it's a good time to sell. It's not so good to buy because I've been looking. But
So
what
I
happened?
put an app Gildan on
Yeah?
Facebook yesterday,
Okay.
and he was 14. My mom got him when he was probably 8. No, probably 9. Been turned out for 4 years. Hadn't been touched.
Yeah.
I saddled him one time, rode
Yeah.
him. That was it.
That was upside
Messed
down.
around with him. Been turned out for another 2 years.
Yeah.
I put him on Facebook, and I was thinking, oh, he won't. I put him on there 1,500. I think, oh, he won't bring that.
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock this morning, I was still getting messages.
Yeah.
Over 75 messages about this horse, and people that had no idea about a horse, had no need to ride a horse,
Yeah.
to touch a horse like this, because he's probably 15.2, 15.3, and probably weighed 1,200 to 1,400 pounds. Like he's big. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
It's a great looking gelding mare.
Yeah. That's what probably some of the messages that I got.
I like
that
them
did
black
read.
Charolais roans.
Yeah.
That
So-
are really pretty.
Yeah, and people
especially
I
when
was,
the sun glistens
like
off.
one
them.
lady messaged
That
me,
Palomino
goes,
coat.
Yeah.
I wrote on there like this horse. If you do not know anything about horses, this is not your horse. This is a straight up cowboy horse.
Yeah.
This is what he is. He is green broke 13-year-old.
You said cowboy
She
horse.
goes. Does he know the barrel pattern? Is he broke? I said, and only thing I wrote back said, can you read?
You will break.
Yeah, he will break you.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you. But that's it. Like
Yeah.
that's
That's
everybody
what it
wa-
is.
everybody
That's when you
wants
say
a-
no refund.
So yeah. So
Everybody wants a horse.
That's it.
And they think that, oh, he's cool. He's got color. He looks pretty.
I want to ride it.
Yeah.
And so that's what happens. So you got the Yellowstone effect in the horse market, and then you got the Yellowstone effect in the music market. So everybody's like, hey, I can do Yellowstone stuff. I can do horse stuff. I can sing a song. So Luke Grimes, who plays Casey on Yellowstone, did that. He's like, hey, you know what? Let me grab a guitar. Let me finger this guitar a little bit, see what happens. And this is what you get.
I'd be spinning my wheels going nowhere fast. Pocket full of sorries and an empty glass. I had no cattle and some tumbleweed boots. I'd be blowing in the wind if I didn't have you. I'd be a drunk without a drink. A guitar with a broken string. Without you, I'd be a falling star without a midnight sky. A cowboy with no horse to ride. I'd be driving in the dark with no headlights on a one-way highway that didn't go on. I'd have to borrow from the devil just to pay my due. I'd have nothing worth having if I didn't have you. Be a truck without a drink to drink. A guitar with a broken string. Without you, I'd be a falling star without a midnight sky. Be a train running out of tracks. Missing pages in a paperback. Without you, I'd be the kind of lost it's hard to find. Walking through this world of life, a cowboy with no horse to ride.
So check that out. That is
Luke.
Luke
That was Luke, I believe.
Grimes.
Grimes.
Plays Casey on Yellowstone. You know,
Who's he play?
They said that he's such a fan of being on Yellowstone and up there that he bought a place in Montana.
How could anybody afford a place in Montana?
That Yellowstone money.
Well, it is Yellowstone money.
I get the mailbox checks.
Christina, can I have a job, please? Yellowstone.
They'll do it.
Right?
They'll fix you. They'll fix you right up.
It's like, Christina, I need a job.
Yeah.
Just don't go when it's cold.
Huh?
Just don't go when it's cold.
I'll just call Christina.
Call her up.
Christina, can I have a job, please?
She listening?
I don't know. I congratulated her when she got that award for Cowgirl Museum.
That happens.
She waving. She's waving. Look at a thumb.
She's doing something. No, yeah, I talked to her. I did a interview for her up there at the Yellowstone deal, charity thing.
Yeah, but no, yeah. So Vegas is chaotic. It's always chaotic. But like I said, you can only get away with everything except the night after Pink Night or the day after Pink Night, because when you come downstairs and you haven't been to your hotel room yet, and you're still decked out in your pink shirt and all that stuff, everybody knows that.
Everybody
you haven't
knows
made
that
it
you
back.
have not.
And then everybody else that's also wearing pink, you kind of just give each other the nod. I had an interview with Ram Rodeo the day after Pink Night one year, and yeah, it was bad because I ran into everybody on the elevator
Oh,
trying to
look,
get to my room, and it didn't work out well.
there he is.
Didn't work. I'll tell you what did work, and that's the internet this time.
For once.
And so coming up in February, there's an event going down up here in Fort Worth, the Cowboys Charity Ball, and with that we got the man himself, Super Dave Samsel, right here. What's going on, Dave?
Hey, just hanging out with my little boy and enjoying the evening.
That's about all you can do right now. Getting ready to, flip over to another year. So, this Cowboys helping Cowboys Charity Ball. You've been doing this for a while. I think last time we visited was back in 2017. You had a golf tournament going on. So, from then to now, how's this progressed? To what you're doing in 2023.
It's grown so crazy, Pepper. I tell you what, the charity ball has become the new thing. This will be our 4th annual Cowboys Helping Cowboys Charity Ball. Last year we had, you was talking about Yellowstone earlier, we had Forey J. Smith as one of our guest speakers, and we painted a portrait of him, and Jerry Nelson bought it. Another friend of ours, Stan, bought a copy of it, and let's just say the ball raised over $100,000 that year.
Well, that's good because it goes to a good cause, and people are wondering, Cowboys helping Cowboys, what does that do? And so, if you want to kind of elaborate on what you do, where the funds go, and who that helps.
You bet. So what we do is we raise money for injured and seriously ill rodeo cowboys, and their families, of course. We select a select few of cowboys each year that have a traumatic injury or illness, and we donate a larger sum of money. We try to donate in the range of $25,000 to $30,000 to each one, and really try to keep the lights on for a year or however long they can, and help ease the financial strain of what it's like to be hurt.
Right. And so, you said 4 years on the charity ball. So this year you got it coming up in February over in Fort Worth. So what does this year look like?
And it's huge. So last year we sold out at the location where we've been hosting it for the last couple of years. So we had to go to a larger venue this year. So we're actually going to a venue called the Austrium, and it's kind of located right downtown Fort Worth. It seats 400 people right now. We've got over 300 that's RSVP'd. Ticket sales are just going great, and I've been shaking and beating the bushes right now, and everybody that wanted a table, I said, you better pay up. We're about to sell this one out.
All right. So when the folks come out to the event this February, what can they expect to do? What kind of events or speakers or bands? What do you have going on?
You bet. Well, it is Western formal, and so it is jacket and tie for the guys. We do take boots and blue jeans, of course. We are still cowboys. So, and if you show up without a tie, we have a whole table full of ties there. We will stick one on you. So don't think you're getting in without a tie. And since you're one of our guests, that's just a hint there, because the tie may not match your suit. But
Right.
No, we got a great caterer coming in. We'll have a big plate of dinner. We'll have lots of door prizes. We're going to have live and silent auctions. We're going to have a lot of our past beneficiaries there speak and tell the whole folks how we help them. And then we'll have some of our current beneficiaries there telling stories about how, their accident and then how we help them. And then once we get all that done, and we'll live auction some neat items that we got donated, we'll kick off the band and we actually have casino night too, sponsored by Country Living up there in Idaho.
Okay, so you got a little casino action going on?
You bet. And everybody that buys a ticket now, I'll buy your drinks for the night. How's that sound?
That sounds good. Sounds like a plan right there, right? Nobody can beat free drinks.
Yeah, that's my kicker. Let's throw in a few drinks because it loosens up them wallets.
There you go. They'll buy a few more items that way. So if the folks out there checking this out and seeing what's going on, if they're wanting to see what's happening where you're at and buy some tickets, what's the best way to direct them? Should they go to the website?
Easiest way is go to the website. You can buy a table that seats 8, or you can buy individual tickets. They're on sale there. Or call me directly. I might even be able to make you a better deal than what you can get on the website. So my information's all on the website, on the flyer there. Just give me a call and we'll get you set up.
All right, that's Cowboys Helping Cowboys on Facebook and the website. Where else you got it?
Yes, sir. We do have an Instagram account, I guess. That's what they tell me. I can handle the Facebook deal. That's about as far as I go, but give us a call. You won't believe the rodeo legends that are scheduled to be there. So, Donnie Gay's on our board. He likes to come up there and join us. We got world champions from Kansas. We got, multi-time world champion Cody Oll's going to be there. Many-time national finalists are going to be there between Jeff Collins, and Pete Hawkins, Jason Jeter, Mark Gomes. The list goes on and on of the Cowboys that are attending. So,
all right. So, like to be a who's who of rodeo legends going to be there at this event?
Pepper, I thought about changing the name to the Gold and Silver Ball, because of all the gold buckles and silver hair.
Yeah, it's going to be full of that. It's full of that. All right. Well, Dave, man,
Sure.
I appreciate you taking time to visit with us and let us know what's happening. We'll tell the folks about it, and then we'll see you there in February.
You bet. And anybody that wants tickets, we're going to cut off sales about January 7th. So we can get a head count on the food and stuff, and you won't want to miss this. This is, like I said, it's the who's who of rodeo, and when you dress up and feel good, it makes you just have a good time. And I know at the end of the last one, everybody want to know when the next one is. So don't miss out.
All right, we'll see you there.
Hey, thanks, Pepper, and God bless Cowboys, and here's to a great 2023.
All right, we'll see you. All right, so check it out.
So you got us a table, huh?
You gotta go. You gotta go. Check this out. Everybody's gonna be there. If you're not there, you're missing out. He just told you that.
I like sleep, though.
Sleep. You can sleep when you're dead.
I'll be dead. I won't be able to enjoy it then.
Damn.
Quit laughing. You know I'm right.
What else? What else? Oh, what's the other?
I'm the voice of honesty in here. Come on now. What do you got? What do you got?
Let's do the AQHA thing right now. Everybody's been
Okay.
asking about that deal. Okay, so the quarter we were talking about this a while ago, before the show. So AQHA is in the voting process of, in 2024, which is a couple years away. A lot of things change between now and then. So they're talking about that in 2024, all your new foals will be registered digitally. You will get a digital certificate in your email, which you get that already right now if you have an email address. Anything you register, you get a digital certificate anyway, already. So everybody's on the internet, they're all upside down and crying about this, about how we're going to do it, and how do you print stuff off? How do you get your... Well, for one, you're on the internet complaining, so I'm pretty sure you know how to use the internet.
Yeah, you know how to use
So
you know how to use it
the
already.
internet. Yeah, so you're on the internet right now complaining. You know how to use it. So I was like, this is interesting. So instead of doing what everyone else does and complains on the internet, I said, you know what? I punched a button on that phone and I called Quarter Horse. And they called me back about 10 minutes before we got here. I was like, shit, hopefully they call me back. They did. So here's what they said. Yes, 2024, all your phones will be registered digitally. You're going to get an email copy. If you want a hard copy, they will mail you one. Just tell them, I need a hard copy of my papers. You're going to pay a little fee.
With
and they're gonna mail it to
$100
you.
added to it, probably, because it's the
You're
AQHA.
going to pay for it. But they said that when you get your digital copy, you can print it off. You can print it off.
And like this right here.
Yeah. You can print it.
I lost the papers. Okay.
Go in your email and print it
Yeah.
off.
Go to your email. Show me where the papers were.
Yeah.
It's right there in your email. You can't tell me you lost papers no more.
Just print it off.
Yep.
What they did tell me was all the transfers will still be paper. You'll still sign transfers and mail them to Quarter Horse. But your papers will be digital, and you can print off your digital copy. But if you want a hard copy, you can call them and say, hey, I want to pay a few more dollars, and you mail me a piece of paper. Or you can print that piece of paper off in your house.
Right.
So I don't see what the big issue is.
Well, okay, so this is partly the issue on that. I think this was rolled out incorrectly. There's too much information floating around because a lot of people are complaining that they're worried about cybersecurity when it comes to your your horse papers, that people can take your horse papers, get your horse papers, and that's the only track of it. But of course, that's all that is a PR issue. So if the AQHA, which they won't do it, but if they would get out in front of this and explain to this, is just another way to have a piece of paper, real time. You can copy it off and digitally store it, blah, 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 blah. But it is not going to be your little fancy little papers that you still get.
Yeah.
Not in that binder you got to carry everywhere you go.
Yep.
So,
that's just...
we can tell it carry a digital binder now, or if that still
Yeah.
works. But it's just
pull up
my
your
thought.
iPad.
But I think it's a bad PR thing. But we all know that over the last however many years, the AQHA has never been really good with their PR side.
Well, no.
That's tough anyways.
And everybody's been complaining about papers. I've been seeing it forever. Everybody's complaining about papers. Even when I registered my fillies, and the papers were held up forever. And during Corona is when they started the digital deal, real pushing that. And so all the papers are coming in the email. I was like, oh, I got them. I was like, that's a pretty neat deal. And everybody's complaining about it.
Yeah, well, you
Karens.
can't satisfy everybody in this world.
I feel sorry for
exactly.
anybody who's Karen.
The Karens.
I feel sorry for anybody who's actually named Karen too, because they get blamed for everything.
Because they probably did it.
The Karens of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They did it. It's their fault. Okay, we got that out of the way. What else we got? Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo?
Fort Worth.
Yep.
Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, January 13th through February the 4th. Go to
www.
Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, interwebnet.com.
.com.
Yeah. And look it up.
Look it up.
See what's happening.
What's happening?
Okay, we're doing
You're welcome, Brad.
we were doing the Yellowstone promo stuff last year, whatever it was. We're trying to do Yellowstone promo stuff because we do stuff for the HBO and Paramount. So we're doing the reads. So they send me these ridiculous pieces of paper that I've got to read. I'm trying to read this paper, and the whole time he's over here doing this while I'm trying to read this paper, and it was the worst.
It was awesome.
I was like, I hate having to send that clip back to him, but hey, that's what you got.
I tell you what, it's probably the best damn clip they ever got from you too.
I'm sure they gathered everyone around the round table in the conference room and was like, listen to this. This is the ridiculous thing you ever heard. And they played it over and over and over. I bet they did.
It was awesome.
They loved it. Yeah.
PD2.
What else you got? What are you reading? What do you got over there? You got something? What happened? What's that say?
I'm not reading it. Chicken.
What's that? No, that paper. What's that paper you got right there?
Texas and Southern Cattle Raisers Association, Cattle Raisers Convention and Expo, March 24th through the 26th, 2023 at Fort Worth Convention Center. Lots of expo packages. Choose from one-day expo or all the day and speakers tickets on sale in 2023. Did you type that the hell up?
That's how they come.
Oh, but I say what in the hell?
That's how they come to me. That's why I don't like to proofread anything. I just like to read it live.
Yeah, well, you should have proofread that one.
I can't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I can only read once.
That's the ones you give to text and let text read it.
We had him read so much stuff.
Meow, 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 meow.
That that clip still floats around of that stupid cat whine.
Cat wine.
I think the best.
You know that one. Don't you know the cat wine one?
I think the best one we did. This was after we were gone from downtown. Whenever that weird barbecue sauce guy came in, and so we were over in Mesquite doing them, and they came out with the tourist line for Sweden. He knows what I'm talking about. And they had a hotline for Sweden. It was a tourist line, and you could call this number, and people in Sweden would sign up to be tourist correspondents or whatever. And so you would call this number, and it would go to a random person in Sweden that signed up to be on part of the program for tourist stuff. But
You can't make this up. This is true.
When we called them, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Lovely.
Yes.
And so we'd call. Sometimes we wouldn't get anything, and sometimes we'd get people. And then we had texts in there, and we called one time, and it went to somebody's voicemail, and he's like, "I'm Tex. Find me on FarmersOnly.com." He started leaving us stuff on the people's answer machine.
Oh my.
But
yeah.
we did that every week until it was over, I think.
Yeah.
But we did get a hold of somebody one time and talk to them, and they were the nicest could be. Probably 3 o'clock in the morning over there, but they talked to us for a while.
We're running out of questions. We're like, okay, y'all got like Swiss cheese and stuff, or I can't make fun of Tex talk, so I can't. I would do a Tex imitation, but
So was it you just call them and ask them for like,
You just call.
what's fun to do there?
what's the
where
best
do you
place to
eat?
go in Sweden? What's the tourist? What's the non-tourist hangout? And they'll tell you all the
Right.
great stuff: when coming, what to wear, how to dress, what the weather's really like. You know, it was a great marketing idea. It was like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool until we get hold of it, and then,
Right.
And then they're like, why did we do that for?
Yeah,
That was £1 million that we could have saved.
but we did it. We had fun with it for months. I think every week we'd call, see what we could get. What else
You
we got?
find another one
Let's
of
talk
those.
rodeo.
All right, what
Let's
do you
talk
got?
NFR.
Let's do that. What happened in FR?
Stetson Wright.
Yeah.
Almost broke
we
$1
don't
million.
talk about Stetson Wright on
Almost
this
broke
show.
$1 million.
We're
That
not.
is worthy
Yeah.
of being talked
We
about.
don't talk about Stetson Wright on this TV show anymore, do
That's
we?
worthy of being talked about.
We got in trouble last time.
We got in
talked to him.
trouble about
Last time we
Stetson.
had him on the show, we got in trouble.
Wow.
Because he's him.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're talking about Pepper here. Yeah, we're talking about Pepper here. I forgot about
So,
that.
so we got the conversation about the Karen. So,
Yes.
and I know it's all out there. Everybody, anybody that knows Rocker or knows the Steiners knows about the fine,
Yeah.
and I can't blame the kid.
Well, it happens. It's part of it.
No.
He didn't say anything.
No.
Can't
You didn't
blame
hear
him.
it.
No.
You didn't
he
hear
said,
anything.
yeah, he said all right.
He said it, but you didn't hear it.
You weren't
did
on the
say
live
it.
feed like I was.
Yeah, he flat out said it.
Yeah.
He
But
said it,
you
but-
cannot blame the kid when he comes into his first NFR.
Yeah.
If you follow the kid at all, you understand. Like, his name is it.
Yeah.
Like, that's his. I mean, there's a reason he's named Rocker Steiner, because he's a little rock star. Like his dad said it. And that little bio on him, he's a little rock star. He coming in NFR, and the way I see it, he was spurring everything. He was trying to rip horses open. Like, he was riding for 90 on everything he went to. And just like, okay, on some of the people that were bashing him, well, he should have rode better. How can you ride any better than what he was doing? Like, I mean, that kid was riding. He was letting it all hang out. Like, he was either going to ride his horse or get bucked off. Like, that's just how it was. And like when he said that in the heat of the moment, I can't blame him. Like, I'd have done the
Right.
same thing. You know, I'd have took the fine. You know, said what I said. And
Well, so let's go back in. They talk about how that's not sportsmanship, and you never hear that. The people that tell you they've never heard somebody cuss in an arena and say that stuff definitely have not been to any rodeos. Doesn't matter what size rodeo. I've been to all of them. I've been from the little old non-association rodeo that had the 2 bull riders and the 1 breakaway roper, right, and the 20 barrel racers, and hear them cussing because they ran over the trash can and back.
Yeah.
All the way up to Deadwood and Cheyenne and Calgary and all those, and you hear it. It's there. It's not like he just got caught on a hot mic. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But you notice though, he wasn't the only one that got all the fines. They were handing out fines left and right this year for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And the big one that caught me is the American hat stickers they got. All those guys that got fined for the American hat stickers.
Yep.
That one caught me off guard. I was like, oh, well, but it's a Wrangler rodeo or a Resistol.
Yeah.
Right? So I could kind of see that. But it's like, I thought we got past the whole he wears cinch, he wears Wrangler, blah, 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 after all those guys, that big protest and all that years back where they said, okay, you can wear, if they're part of the patch program, if they're part of the patch program, you should be able to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
All those guys, that's part of the patch program. I know it's part of the patch program because we had to do all that stuff and we were putting all our stuff in for the PRCA.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they got fined for the American hat, the little sticker, and then the positive times. It's like, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Right.
And Resistol's not throwing that much money out there to play that game, but
Yeah,
you know, it's thousand. But you know, it's like Harris got popped, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Barrelman gets popped, but the next night he didn't have it on there, and he took a sticker off.
Yeah.
If American Hat Company would have been the way they should have been, Keith and the guys, they should have said, no, I want you to wear every night, and we'll pay your fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just paid his fine every night. I'd held a stance like that.
Yeah.
But I'm poor, so I couldn't
Well,
pay his
that was
fines
like
for it. But
every night we showed up, we could get a booklet of the contestants and their draw, and we could get a fine list from the night before. And when you was talking about that, literally, there was like 18,000 in fines just for that. Like this person, this person, this person, this person, and then it was a PRCA patch
yeah,
right there on the shirt.
you had to wear the PRCA patch.
the little
which is-
patch. And I mean, it was just stupid fines. And I looked at her and I was like, Jesus Christ, like really? Like, this is why they can pay so much, because they're fining people so much. Like, this is retarded. Like, this is crazy. And then fining barrel racers for their horse coming kind of cockeyed down the alleyway. Fine. That horse knows one speed, 90 miles an hour, and it's being held up.
Yeah.
Like, you're fining her for it? Like, it was nuts. And I told her, I said, look at this fine list. Like, that's nuts. Like,
And see, and that's another thing too. You had the fine list. Last time we were there was no fine list.
yeah, there was-
Well, it wasn't made public.
They
I
weren't
guarantee there was.
passing that. Well, they had
I guarantee
them.
there was a
Well, they
fine
had
list,
them,
right?
But they weren't thinking, oh, you know what? You know how much
Somebody-
media press we can get for this? Let's pass this sucker out.
Well, I don't. Well, that's a normal thing, I imagine, because
Yeah.
we're getting up the books and stuff. But this year, in the age of this media that we're in, that everybody has a phone. Everybody wants to be the first to say something. Everybody has to add their 2 cents or 3 cents. You know, somebody took a picture of it and put it out there. Now, there's also that photographer that got barred from the PRCA and fined like $400,000.
Yeah.
And he was one of the first ones to put it out there. Of course, he was airing out dirty laundry, and I'm not
No,
going to tell you who it is.
He's been
Y'all
wearing
can-
it out for a while.
You guys can figure him out. But all through the NFR, he was airing out his dirty laundry during the NFR, and then he was sharing some really good gossip. So
Yeah.
it was like kind of just fueling it, and that's one of the things that started. A lot of people don't understand the whole fines, but the fines did get, I think, got a little carried away this year. There were some fines that didn't get laid out that you completely saw blatant, that either they felt, no, we're not going to mess with them anymore, or somebody just forgot to write it down. But I think they got carried away. Let them, you know, it's the finals. Let them have a good time. If they get a little excited, they get a little excited.
Yeah.
All you're going to do is just piss some people off, and you're going to stroke some bigger egos, and then they're going to let you hear about it at the next rodeo.
Yep.
And Rocker did. If you guys notice,
Yeah.
at the awards banquet that night he won the go-around, he did the whole photo and the whole 9 yards with the crowd behind him. He had
Yeah.
the snippy little comment on there, which I
Yeah.
think was, you know, I've known Rocker for years. I think that was an awesome deal, but it was still like, oh, see, there you go. You piss off somebody that has 1 million followers, you're going to
Yeah.
deal with somebody that has 1 million followers.
Yep.
and that was the Bulldogger that won the round 9. He got fined for sitting in the box too long. Sitting there, and his horse lunged forward, and he kind of backed him up and kind of set him. He said, they can find me, but I'm going to make sure my horse is right before I go. Find me. That's fine. But my horse is going to be right before I go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what your stipulation is. My horse is going to be right before I go. And that's what he did. He got fined because he took too long in the box before he nodded his head.
And there's reasons for that, because
Oh,
it is a live TV
yes.
show, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
there's TV
understand that.
breaks. and y'all were, if y'all were there, y'all were seeing how they do
Yeah,
the brakes and
it's
all
fast.
Yeah.
everything goes. So that is set up. That's something that's understandable because they find a bunch of saddle bronc riders, they find some bull riders, and everybody for taking too long in the chutes, taking too long in the boxes, the whole 9 yards. But what's odd on that? So they're going to fine a bull rider, a bronc rider, a bulldog, or a calf roper, and all them for taking too long in the box. But they also fine a barrel racer if she pulls her horse up after she hit 2 or 3
Yeah.
barrels.
Yep.
So they're finding her because she's being too fast.
They're
In
fine.
theory,
They're not
right?
fast enough.
She's too fast, so they're getting her for slowing her horse down, but yet
Yep.
they're finding everybody else. But it's politics, and that's all it is. And I'm sure when they change the board of directors over and they vote in the new set of guys, and then you get the new contestant director in there, and they sit there and start talking about these fines, I guarantee this is going to be center stage when it comes around about the fines.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
this is the
absolutely.
first year I've seen it this big of a deal.
That's just the it's the internet.
The photo got out.
Yeah.
It was
Some of that stuff's usually it's there, it's posted, they know it,
Yep.
the whole 9 yards.
Well,
And
the
that
pic-
fines are paid before they get their checks, right?
Right.
The fines are already coming out of their checks.
So
But it's there.
The finalists slipped out. They're like, crap. We got to do damage control. Okay, let's just pass them out every night.
man,
Make it to where it's not because it got out there and everybody's saying it's a big secret. So like, no, it's not a secret. Here, let's start passing out finalists every night so we can say we're not hiding this. We're putting it out. So it just made
Well, you
for
just-
more entertainment. I guess.
Not everybody can walk up to the secretary desk, right, and
Ask for
look
the
at
finalists.
Look at the finalists
I didn't
on
see
the
the
wall. It's usually
finalists.
posted on the door.
I didn't see the
I used to walk
finalists.
by and go, damn it, I'm still on.
There you are.
I was like, I thought I paid that.
Speaking of being on the fine list, I think we still got the Zeke Thurston when he was mic'd up at the NFR. He makes mention of that. So I don't know if he got fined for this or not, but check this out.
Neck roll, vest, ankle pads, ankle guards, mouth guard. Hey.
Who's the breaker?
I'm gonna be the first to say this. I'm not comfortable riding knowing that the lights are gonna go off.
Be like James limo driver.
All right, Dakota, you had long enough to think about it. Fine, not ready to go.
Waited 30 minutes on you to go. That's a big one.
Look at that kid.
Oh my God! First day of my life.
I can't wait to see what Facebook says about that one.
Apparently they shut the Midwest Pipeline down.
Right down, Cole. Get after it, buddy. Do something cool.
Yeah.
We came to lunatic party, 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 party. Baby, baby, baby.
All right, Doss. Let's go get after him, huh?
Jack Masters, he's won it twice before. It's Sanders.
There we go.
Go, Tanner! Go! All right, Budner. Give me a hand. Yeah. Slack her off, Budner. All right, Doss, do it right here, buddy. Go on. Go! Go! Go, Doss, go! Go! Woo!
And his brother, Logan Hood, comes along this year and breaks the world record with a 90. You can see him jumping from the they can snap those feet back up into the front end of that horse. 81 and a half point. They have 1 round here. They have 1 round How about that? Welcome back to one of our world champs on a couple of occasions. Folks, the race ain't over for this year. He will move to the number 2 spot. 86 points. Nicely done for Zeke.
Hey, it's 6.
NFR, we were talking about it. You saw it. That's what happened. Mic'd up. That's Zeke Thurston mic'd up at the NFR. Good stuff for you.
I'm glad we could actually hear Zeke, and we couldn't hear none of the Wright brothers for like 5 days that were mic'd up.
Oh, they were wearing it out. But they were right. They weren't wrong. So happens.
That's why you watch the arena feed.
Yes.
You don't watch the TV feed, you watch the arena feed. Then you can see all the excitement. It's like a real rodeo.
One of these days I'll have TV again, and I'll watch it.
I watched it on my Apple TV.
I don't have that.
I know. Well, my TV's not Apple. It's actually Samsung. But I had this little thing on the bottom that says Apple TV that's plugged into my Samsung TV. Just to clarify. Yes.
Aha.
Moving
Fancy. All right. What else we got? Well, we got some good stories. We got some stolen. Some guy says his cows got stolen. You know about that?
And I'm amazed it's not over in like Germany or something for once.
No, we're in America this time. Although we do have some Italian stuff coming up. Okay, so over in America, there's a guy in Colorado. His name is Steve McEndry, which I'm already suspect on that name. McEndry sounds made up to me. He said that there was 80 pregnant cows. They were pregnant. I don't know how they got that way. Was it his fault? I don't know. But he said they were stolen from his ranch in Baca County. So I think we're already making up stuff.
No. Baca County's real.
McEndry is real also?
Well, it is from Colorado.
McEndry sounds like what happened to Tex on Saturday night.
Pot's legal, so it was probably 8 cows.
Oh, okay.
And it probably wasn't even 8 cows. It was like 2 chickens and a dog. But
Well,
that's just me.
he claims to have 18,000 acres.
100.
And his ranch is 30 miles north of the Springfield in the southeastern corner of the state. He said his cows are worth $100,000.
$100.
So he says,
Pot's good.
Southeastern corner.
It's the bottom.
two semi-load, okay? 2 semi-loads of his mama cows were gone. He calls them mama cows, but they're also pregnant. So were they mamas or were they pregnant?
Somebody stole them in Cortez.
Was there no? Those are mama's way. That's different.
Don't say that. For our Spanish audience, thank you. I apologize for him now.
So after he looked it over and he's like, I don't know where my cows went. My cows are gone. I don't know where they went. He can't find them. He hasn't seen them in a week. After about a week, he's like, I think they're missing. And then he's trying to figure out how they got 80 cows. He said his pens are close to the road. He can see them from the house sometimes. But who's going to sneak up and steal 80 cows at one time?
Telling you, man, it's the pot.
Would you notice some trucks coming down the road?
He rolled some of that good stuff from the Mile High.
Yeah. I agree. He rolled that stuff up. He went to the dispensary and.
Or he let his son count.
Could be. They're counting. So now you've got 80, allegedly 80 cows missing. Okay, they're branded. They've got the Y-Tex.
They got the Lazy TC.
Yeah.
Of course,
they're also branded with an SJM or the Lazy TC. So they got 2 different brands. You're not sure which, but they've got brands on them. So if you got some black cow, the brands on them. So they just all of a sudden disappeared. So were they really stolen, or were they abducted by aliens?
And a $2,500 reward for over $100,000 in cattle.
Well, that's just information leading to the rest of the indictment of somebody that stole the cattle.
I think they were abducted by aliens.
We need to get that the X-Files music theme song.
You know?
That's what we're really needing right now.
80 cows. You're moving in.
You'd think you'd hear semis coming down your road.
You're going to go in there and catch, and you're going to pen. How big are your pens? But you got 80 cows in there.
Okay.
18,000 acres on 80 cows.
Let me see here.
That's a lot of coverage. Because
sounds like,
Duval Ranches is right there in that area, and it's 200,000 acres.
There we go. I like that.
It sounds like on Yellowstone when they go get their cows. I guess this season they went and got their cows, and they got these thousands of acres out there, and they got like 50 head of cows.
Yeah.
They went to go get. Same thing. What just happened? I mean, it could be.
Not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens.
Yeah. I mean, where'd the cows go? You didn't see.
Well, it could be aliens, illegal aliens. I don't know. One of those.
Well,
the thing is, how much were the cattle insured for? 1.
Did he have
how
insurance?
much of his ranch land is actually edible? Well, it's 2. So he might have. Yeah, they might have walked off so collect the insurance on it.
You got 18,000 acres and you got 80 cows. You're looking for 80 cows on 18,000 acres.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Luke's song is right. So what she's trying to do over there, like nice and quietly. Our crack producer, she's always the entertainment of the show.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And glad to see those yoga classes are paying off. Great. That was amazing. I'm entertained.
Makes you think of chickens, right? What happened with the chickens?
Chicken.
You got chickens?
Bok, bok,
I got
bok.
the chicken. I guess I get to read that.
What happened with the chickens?
The
A
pollo.
Michigan woman is seeking Guinness World Records recognition for her pet chicken, Peanut, who's believed to be the oldest chicken in the world, age of 20. Marcy Parker Darwin of Waterloo said a friend urged her to apply online for a chicken that's 20.
It's an old chicken.
It is an old chicken.
It was the
Do we have a picture of the chicken?
Darwin said that he started rescuing chickens in 1990s.
I think we have a picture of the chicken.
We need
Do
a
we
picture
have
of the chicken.
Oh, there we go.
That can't be a 20-year-old chicken.
No.
There's no
There's
way.
no. There's
That's
no
a spring
walker,
chicken. There's
There's
no
no
way.
walker or a cane involved.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Does the chicken live in the house? That's what I want to know.
Did the chicken cross
If
the
it was your
road?
chicken, yes, it would.
I don't see what your point is. We're not talking about me right now. We're talking about
Peanut was rejected by its mother, imprinted
What?
imprinted on
How do you-
Darwin.
How do you imprint a chicken?
I don't. You're the one that printed this off.
Is that Beyond Chicken? I'm just curious. That was way before that.
You imprinted a chicken.
Imprinted. Somebody needs to proofread.
Page 2? Look, imprinted on Darwin.
So she named the chicken Darwin, and she realized she
Oh,
had
the
a.
chicken's name is Peanut.
Well, what's Darwin have to do with it?
It's her,
That was her.
Is it Darwinism?
No, Darwin is her name, her last name.
Oh.
Of Waterloo, wherever the hell Waterloo is.
It's up by Battle Creek.
Oh.
But go ahead. Sorry, I know way too much geography. Moving on. Okay.
So
Kellogg's
I
factories.
realized I had a house chicken, at least for the time being, she said.
All right.
That's nasty. A house
wow.
chicken.
And then also served as a lap chicken. Can you imagine the poop in that house?
A lap chicken. I wonder if it has like the little vest like you put on the lap dogs, you know? The
I've
emotional
seen-
support dog.
I've seen
Right.
that.
Emotional
I've seen them
support
put
chicken.
them. I've seen them put
Yeah.
the harness on the chicken
Yep.
and walk the chicken.
So, I don't have a chicken story per se, but I do have a story that ends up with something called chicken.
Okay.
So, about 2 months ago, I was in town, and my wonderful wife and I were sitting on our back porch enjoying the evening, and a pigeon landed on our roof.
Smaller chicken.
A very pretty looking pigeon,
Okay.
which was very odd because, of course, we live out in the middle of nowhere, out in the country by a lake.
A lake pigeon.
So we started looking at it, had tracing bands and all that stuff. So I'm like, I bet you that's like a racing pigeon. Don't really know much about racing pigeons, but I thought I could be smart in front of my wife, and it actually paid off for a minute. Then this pigeon flew from the roof of our house onto our patio, scared the crap out of my wife.
Did it have a note?
No, it did not have a note, but it looked at my wife and then flew back up onto the roof and sat there.
Okay.
So, as always, like our wonderful producer here, I told my wife to Google that crap.
Yeah.
She did. So, did you know that pigeons will seek out humans if they're injured for help?
Aha.
This is stuff I did not know.
So they're not a fan of stranger danger.
No. So, we caught the chicken.
pigeon.
Pigeon.
Well, his name became
Chicken.
Chicken.
Nice.
So, Pigeon the chicken was our pet for a week while we chased down all the pigeon racing associations, and we had to call Miami because that's where Chicken the pigeon was sold from,
Okay.
racing pigeon, to a guy in Oklahoma. And long story short, it took a week. Then we had a guy that actually come and got Pigeon the chicken, or Chicken the pigeon.
Okay.
Took him, found out that he was injured, which
Yeah.
we didn't know this.
Had a flat. His racing pigeon had a flat.
Yep. Pulled him out and he's like, there he is. And we're like, this thing was like growling. They growl. It was pretty crazy. Up my wife, every time she'd go feed him, growl. But hell, he was set up in the office, had his own little cage, feed, water, changed his bed out every day. So we haven't heard from Pigeon lately, but
So now you're in the market for the pigeons.
I got some great pictures of Chicken the pigeon.
So if you are a pigeon salesman, Daryl, Texas Bronco Association, email him. He does need some pigeons for his office to replace the pigeon that's missing.
She wanted another one. She was
There you
like,
go.
"Can I have one?" I'm like, "No."
There you go. Well, that sounds like that boy I heard about the other day that was all upset when he got mad at Santa Claus because Santa Claus didn't bring him what he wanted. He said, "Man, I wrote it down a bunch of times. I sent it to him. I told Santa what I wanted, and when I walked out in the morning, and I seen the Christmas tree, and I walked out there and looked, and nothing that I wanted was there. The only thing I saw was a giant rooster. He did not give me what I wanted." There's the pigeon.
That's Chicken the pigeon.
Chicken the pigeon.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Chicken.
Chicken the pigeon. They do not taste like chicken, by the way, in case you're wondering.
He was a $250 pigeon. I was not going to find out either.
I'd rather eat regular chicken. Speaking of regular chicken, what else we got?
What else you got? What else you got? Come on.
What else we got? How much time we got? We still got time? Or are we about to get kicked out?
You got 13 minutes. We got 6 minutes?
11. We got 11. Okay. Let's do this. We did that. We did the chicken. We still got a horse in the lake. You got a horse in the lake over there. Before you get to the horse in the lake, let's do this because everybody likes world records. Why I don't know, but an Italian chef cooked up a 56-foot flatbread. So an Italian Food Association said it created a new world record by cooking up whatever that word is.
Association.
No, this one.
Measuring.
Yes, I don't know what that means. Another one above that. Scatterata? I don't know. It's a type of flatbread, some kind of flatbread. If you're an Italian flatbread lover, you know what I'm saying. If not, it's a weird word. It was 56 foot long, and
56 foot long. It's a big piece of bread.
That's a big piece of bread.
How wide was it?
That's what she said. I bet that pigeon would like it.
Tapeworm.
This non-profit association restaurant and food industry professional prepared this massive flatbread in Andro, Sicily. It was topped with black cabbage, stuffed with tuna cheese and sausage. It was actually more than 56 feet. It was 56 feet and 3.2 inches long.
It's amazing that they have that in inches since it's over there in centimeters.
Oh, it's translation.
Oh, translation. Okay. Good deal.
The dish measured 1 foot
Wow.
and 7.7 inches wide. So you know how wide it was?
It was almost 2 foot.
Almost. Yeah. The association said it's been submitted to the Guinness World Records, and they have not heard back. So
The longest gazzetta.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that word is.
But you did rescue. Who rescued a horse?
Apparently, a group of local citizens. DJ Ryan said he first received word Saturday the horse was on the loose in Grantsburg area after a fallen tree damaged a fence on its owner's property. Ryan spent some time trying to locate the horse, unable to find the horse until Sunday, where he heard the horse had fallen through Big Wood Lake. We were able to see him bobbing and struggling.
That would have me fall in a lake, right?
No kidding.
Me fall in a lake.
An icy lake.
Yeah.
Calling a bunch of friends, horse people around the area. They were able to. Someone had warmed safe. The house was what?
What? Yeah, that's what I said.
I knew someone was going to know someone who had a warm, safe place we could house if it was successful. Where do you find this
If
stuff?
they were successful in pulling the horse out of the lake, they had a warm place to take it to.
Thank you for the translation.
Yes.
Yeah. Here you go.
That's what I'm here
More
for.
than a dozen people combined their efforts to get the horse out of the
Hey,
frigid
are we down
water.
to 5 now?
Yeah.
A flotation device, the horse thrash kicked. It was
Yeah, the
all over
horse's ass
TV.
kicked. What? Wow.
And they
We
finally got
yelled
it out.
1, 2, 3, and the horse came up out of the water.
There you go. That's it. He's out of there.
Abracadabra. He pops out of the water.
1, 2, 3. Bam.
And then we
he's
took
off.
him to a safe, warm house.
Yep. Warmed him up. Then he walked outside and hit by a car.
Well, this was a great evening.
This was fun. It's
This
fun
was
stuff.
enthralling,
because
entertaining, and
I guess we should go
amazing.
around the room again, right? You got Last Take Photography over here on this side. These folks, Last Take Photography, and then this guy that rides a horse and takes videos and stuff. He's here.
Yeah.
I sit in an office. I don't do
Okay.
much of anything.
He does.
Named
He-
Chicken.
Pigeons.
Named
I'm
Chicken.
chicken.
Daryl's here. Bronc
Yeah.
riding. Women's Bronc Riding Association. They're doing stuff, right?
Always.
Spur and Broncs. or not.
Going to rodeos.
It happens.
It happens.
That's what they do.
It's just cold right now.
Cold.
Very cold.
How'd it get cold?
I'll tell you what, in North Dakota, it was really cold the other day.
I will pass on that. I'm not going up that way.
Why not?
Too cold. It was too cold 2 weeks ago when I was out there breaking ice. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the cold.
Well, you don't look like a fan either.
I'm not. I'm not a fan of the cold. At all.
So what else we got? There's got to be something more exciting to talk about.
We don't. You got anything before you get out of here? What you got coming up? Anything going on? Bronc school, bronc riding?
Yeah, I got a school in first weekend of April. Dickinson, North Dakota. I think it's already full. We got to go double check. And then we got about 20 rodeos this year, 20, 25 rodeos. All the usual, all the big ones.
Yep.
Go hang out with the boys.
Happens.
Yep. Canada, Ponoka. Ponoka is going to be the Canadian finals this year. So Ponoka Stampede.
Are you going to go in the summer or are you going to wait till it's cold again?
Ponoka will be there during 4th of July weekend.
Be warm.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be warm there. Well, it'll be nice. Nice. We'll bounce between there and Belle Fourche,
Okay.
which is usually pretty warm.
Warm is good. What about pictures? What's going on with the Last Take photography crew over here? What are y'all doing? What's going to happen? What are you shooting?
I don't really have much going on right now, to be honest. Might do some of the PBRs down at the Coliseum that they're going to have on Thursday nights now.
Thursdays?
Yep.
They're going to do PBR on Thursdays now?
Mm-hmm. Every Thursday they're going to start a PBR at the Coliseum.
Yep. I think that starts on the 19th.
They're making that place bougie now.
It's fancy. It got all
Stockyards
redone
is
on
going
the
to be
inside.
bougie. It's not going to be the stockyards anymore. It's going to be
Nope.
bougie yards.
Dang it.
I mean, they took the red bucking chutes out. Like, why would you do that?
When they do that?
A couple months ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
They put some
they're-
tan bucking chutes in there.
they're
Everybody was like,
tan.
paint them red, keep it red.
Yeah.
Nope, it's all tan.
They redid the roping boxes and
Well, I seen that. I
redid the
seen they moved it out.
yeah.
Well, when they
It is
got in
that.
there, they started moving dirt. The
Yeah.
poles that were holding the VIP boxes up, there was no poles.
They were-
They were just gone. About 4 inches poles. Just, I mean, they'd been sitting there
Just
so long in that dirt.
disintegrated.
Just, that metal eventually just starts getting rotten and it's gone. Nothing holding the
through.
VIP up. Yeah, so they moved the boxes out. Out from underneath the VIP.
I'm not going to say, hey, there's a lot of history there. I've had a lot of fun times at the stockyards. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, at least I've had a lot of fun times at the Coliseum. We put some good events on in there.
Yep.
So more power to them. Whatever it does to
I've
keep
been
it
on
alive.
a lot of bulls and a lot of horses in that place, and now it's like it just looks weird now. Just different.
I do miss the red. I mean, it probably was time for a facelift on it, but I wish they would have kept the red. It just kind of makes it.
I like how they opened up the light and let all the light in.
Yes,
nice.
I love that.
Who's vacuuming? I don't know. Somebody, I guess they're telling us to get out. They're telling us to get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. We got to go.
We're wrapping it up. You can follow me on TikTok now. The Daryl McElroy. Pretty cool. My whole 3 videos I have on there.